Team Azim TV with Mr. Adam Smith himself. Adam, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good Christmas.
Happy New Year, sir. And we're here now for the February the 1st promotion for Adam Azim's IBO World Title fight against Sergey Lipinets. How do you see that fight going?
It's a really interesting fight, and it's a good one for Adam, I believe, at this stage. Fight number 13, he's undefeated. I think it's a year for him, 2025, to really announce himself on the global stage. We all know he's the hottest prospect, one of the most talented fighters we've seen in Britain in a long time, and this is the right sort of fight for him. Sergey's a really decent fighter, good fighter, coming off a good win over Robbie Davis Jr.
Former IBF world champion, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, and he's been in with the likes of Boots Ennis and Mikey Garcia, and he normally comes unstuck at very elite level, and I believe Adam Azim is an elite fighter, and I think he's going to prove it over the next 2 or 3 years. So I think it's a really good fight to start the year with. It's a tough test, but I think it's a test that Adam will come through and look very good in.
And Sergey's quite aggressive. He likes to come forward, and is that going to play into Adam's plans, so to speak?
Well, I think it will play to the fans, the boxing fans, because the styles should blend beautifully. He loves to come forward. He's exciting, and I think Adam's, we know his footwork's phenomenal. His speed's great, so I think it will blend really well, and I think Adam will just prove too young, too fresh, and too good.
Yeah, and he got great experience against O'Hara Davis as well recently, so that was just at the end of last year. I'm sure those extra rounds against O'Hara, surely they must count.
Yeah, I think that was an excellent performance from Adam. I thought he boxed really well. I thought his jab was excellent that night. I thought his footwork, I think his body shots. Him and Shane have got a phenomenal relationship. Shane's believed in him from the word go. I think Shane is one of, if not the best trainer out there at the minute. He's a brilliant guy to have in your corner, and I think they have a wonderful partnership. I think the O'Hara Davis fight was a good fight for him, and this should be the next step. IBO, world super lightweight champion will be a nice thing to have before Ramadan, and then he'll be back obviously in the spring.
Yes, and how important is it for young fighters such as Adam, such as Sophie Alisch, to stay active and keep as many fights as they can?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Sophie Alisch. I work with Sophie. She's a fantastic young talent, 10-0. I think she's going to have a really big year as well, 2025. I think it's a breakthrough year for Sophie, I'm hoping. And I think maybe the same for Adam. Obviously, he's had more exposure in a way in Britain because he's headlining Sky. He's obviously a hot property at the moment. He's got big fights against the likes of Harlan Eubank and Dalton Smith ahead of him.
Potentially on the horizon, right?
Yeah, big fights, and looking forward to those. But yeah, look, it's a huge time for the pair of them, and it's great for British boxing to have these young 22, 23-year-olds coming through. And Sophie, she's German, but she's based in Mallorca, and she fights here, so she's a sort of global star, and I'm hoping Adam will become a global star sometime in the next year or two.
Is it the high altitude training in Mallorca, because it's quite mountainous and hilly?
Yeah, she loves the runs there. Her family moved over a couple of years ago. Very similar, actually. She's been boxing, as you said, the same sort of time as Adam, and also they've got a similar family set up, because Adam's obviously in his 20s, and there's a baby in the Azim family, and the same with Sophie. She's got a younger sister who's a couple of years younger, and then she's got I think a 1.5-year-old in the house as well. So
a lot of similarities there.
A lot of similarities, and they're both great athletes and great young people, and I wish them both well.
Fantastic. Well, Mr. Adam Smith, thank you very much for your time.
No problem at all. Nice to speak to you.
Tickets are selling fast. Secure yours now and be part of the action.